Hello and welcome to the latest FSC UK webinar using the FSC labels. I hope you're all well. I'm Rachel Hembry, I'm the Business Advisor at FSC UK, and this brief webinar will last between 15 and 20 minutes. All attendees have their microphones muted to try to ensure the smooth running of the webinar. My colleague Beth Gratrix is also on the call. If you have any questions, please enter them in the questions box, which should hopefully be on your screen within the Go-To webinar control panel. This is being recorded up until the question and answer session and will be available on our website shortly. Just going to turn off the webcam now to save some bandwidth. The FSC system allows businesses and consumers to identify, purchase and use wood, paper and other forest products made with materials from well-managed forests and/or recycled sources. The FSC logo, the name Forest Stewardship Council and the abbreviation FSC are all registered trademarks. It's the responsibility of the relevant FSC certified organisation to ensure that the trademarks are used correctly. Appropriate approval should be sought for all uses of the FSC trademarks. An FSC label can only be applied onto a product by an FSC certificate holder, and unless the organisation has a trademark use management system in place, the label needs to be approved by the organisation's certification body. More information on what a trademark management use system is can be found in the FSC Standard 50001 on page 19. For trademark use by a promotional licence holder, that's an organisation that sells finished and FSC labelled products, FSC UK are responsible for approving this use. FSC's tick tree logo is used to indicate that products are certified under the FSC system. When you see the FSC logo on a label, you can buy forest products with confidence that you are helping to ensure our forests are alive for generations to come. There are three main FSC labels that can be applied by an FSC certificate holder to an FSC certified product: FSC 100%, FSC Mix, and FSC Recycled. The type of FSC label applied to a product depends on the FSC claim a certified company makes and the control system they use when producing the product. During the production process of wood and paper products, there are a variety of different materials that may be used by a manufacturer. These include different types of material that at one time originated from a forest, for example, wood, paper, pulp or chips, and also non-forest materials, for example, glass, water, stone. The FSC certification system is focused only on those forest-related materials. In order for these materials to be used in the production of an FSC certified product, they must be an eligible input. Virgin timber or fibre from FSC certified forests, FSC controlled wood and reclaimed materials are considered eligible inputs into an FSC certified product. We'll look at the inputs now in more detail. FSC certified forests are managed with consideration for people, wildlife and the environment. They are independently audited by certification bodies to demonstrate compliance with FSC's principles and criteria for forest management. This provides assurance that forests are managed in a way that is environmentally appropriate, socially beneficial and economically viable. FSC controlled wood is material that avoids certain unacceptable sources. To count as FSC controlled wood, a material's forest of origin must be risk assessed against the FSC controlled wood standard and found to be at low risk of being illegally logged, harvested from areas where there is violation of traditional or civil rights, harvested from forests in which high conservation values are threatened by management activities, harvested from areas being converted from forests and other wooded ecosystems to plantations or non-forest uses, harvested from forests in which genetically modified trees are planted. Post-consumer reclaimed material is forest-based material that is reclaimed from a consumer or commercial product that has been used for its intended purpose by an individual or a household, or by a commercial, industrial or institutional facility in its role as end user of the product. Pre-consumer reclaimed material is material that is reclaimed from a process of secondary manufacture or further downstream industry in which the material has not been intentionally produced, is unfit for end use, is not capable of being reused on site in the same manufacturing process that generated it. Examples include sawdust, damaged stock, and offcuts. We'll look now in more detail at each label. So first of all, let's look at the 100% label. All the timber or fibre in an FSC 100% product comes from an FSC certified forest. FSC 100% products are processed using the FSC control system called the transfer system. Next, we have the FSC mix label. The timber or fibre in an FSC mix product is a mixture of some or all of the following: virgin timber or fibre from an FSC certified forest, reclaimed or recycled timber or fibre, or virgin timber or fibre from other controlled sources. This is controlled wood. As you may be aware, there are 3 FSC control systems. I referred earlier to eligible inputs, the type of material that can be used when manufacturing a certified product. If the product is produced under the FSC percentage system, it must contain a minimum of 70% FSC certified wood or fibre and or post-consumer input, and the balance must be controlled wood and or pre-consumer reclaimed material. With the credit system, as an example, if 50% of the inputs are FSC certified, then only 50% of the outputs can be promoted as FSC certified. In paper products, both pre-consumer and post-consumer reclaimed materials count as valid FSC inputs. Finally, we've got the FSC Recycled label. All of the timber or fibre in the product is verified reclaimed material. This is material that would have otherwise been disposed of as waste, but has instead been collected and reclaimed. The relevant FSC standard 40007, sourcing reclaimed material for use in the FSC product groups or FSC certified projects, can be found on the FSC International website. The FSC Recycled label is not a guarantee that the forest-based material originally came from an FSC certified forest. Wood products carrying the FSC Recycled label have been verified by a third-party certification body as being made from at least 70% post-consumer reclaimed materials, i.e. wood and or wood fibre that has been reclaimed from a product after that product has been used for its intended purpose by individuals or businesses. The remaining material must be verified as pre-consumer waste. Paper products can contain any balance of pre-consumer and post-consumer reclaimed material as long as all applicable parts of the product are verified as reclaimed. Now for a closer look at an FSC label and the elements it contains. So we start with the Mobius loop. The use of the Mobius loop is optional for FSC mix and FSC Recycled labels. The percentage figure reflects the post and pre-consumer reclaimed material content. The FSC logo, also referred to as the checkmark and tree logo. The registered trademark symbol, this is either R or TM depending on the registration status in the country or countries where the products are to be distributed. The FSC website address for further information about FSC. The label title, such as 100%, mix or recycled. The product type, this describes the certified material or content to which the label relates. FSC labels can include a range of product types, including wood, bamboo, bratten, and packaging. The label text, this is set text used to describe the FSC label title. I'll come back to this on the next slide. And then finally, the FSC license code. This is the identification code issued to organisations that have licensed to use the FSC trademarks. This code can be used to identify the organisation that applied the label. A certified organisation can request that their FSC certified supplier apply an FSC label which features their own licence code. This is a good opportunity to let you know that the FSC mix label is changing. Don't worry, there is a year before it will be launched and then a 2.5-year transition period. More on that transition in a moment. On the left is the current mix label, and on the right is the new label. You'll notice the change to the text. The change was based on a comprehensive multi-stakeholder process involving FSC International's Board of Directors. The strategy for mixed products and controlled wood was agreed upon. This strategy specified a range of actions, including a change to the mix label text. Products that bear the mix label are made using a mixture of materials from FSC certified forests, recycled materials, and/or FSC controlled wood. The current wording of the mix label states that all of these components represent responsible sources. However, some FSC stakeholders are concerned that this general claim for all components does not reflect the fact that controlled materials are not FSC certified. By stating that FSC mixed products support responsible forestry, the new label credits the material used with contributing more broadly to the FSC mission and recognises the role that controlled wood and mixing play in advancing toward that mission. You can download a fact sheet on the label change from the FSC UK website. Here's an example of what the new label will look like on an FSC certified product. And here's a timeline for the change for the FSC mix label. This is taken from the fact sheet referred to previously. The label change was communicated to stakeholders last week. Now, the new label will be launched on the 1st of January 2022, as I said, with a transition time of 2.5 years. From the 1st of July, the new label will be in place exclusively, and only this version of the mix label can be used. Existing stocks of labelled products may continue to be used and distributed. Sometimes there's confusion around the FSC on-product label and the FSC Promotional Panel. This is the Promotional Panel, and FSC promotional licence holders can use the FSC trademarks to promote FSC certified products and their status as an FSC licence holder on brochures, on websites, point of sale materials and other promotional materials. The recommended way to present all the compulsory elements in promotion is to use an FSC promotional panel. You can download your unique promotional panel from the FSC trademark portal. All uses of the FSC trademarks in promotion will need appropriate approval. Before we wrap up this webinar, I would just like to show you a few useful tools and resources that you might find helpful. Hopefully you'll be aware of the FSC trademark portal. An FSC certified company or a promotional license holder will have access details for the trademark portal, where you can download labels featuring your own unique license code along with FSC trademarks for promotional use. Access is given to organisations by their certification body, or in the case of promotional license holders, by FSC UK. Access is usually held by the person with responsibility for chain of custody or the promotional licence. For more guidance on how to use the FSC trademark portal and the resources that we offer, you can refer to the webinar Learn How to Use the FSC Label Generator on the FSC UK website. A survey was carried out for FSC UK in March this year and found that 67% of UK consumers recognise the FSC logo. 79% of UK consumers say it's important for the products they buy to be responsibly sourced. 82% of consumers would prefer to buy a product bearing the FSC label as opposed to one without. And 75% of UK consumers say it's important for product packaging to be responsibly sourced. There are now over 220 million hectares currently certified as meeting FSC standards. For more information on the consumer recognition, please see our webinar on the FSC UK website, Do You Know This Logo? This was one of a number of webinars we have held over the last few months, and the recordings of them are all on our website. If there are any topics that you would like us to consider having a webinar about, please let us know. And finally, before we move on to the questions, we have free online training for FSC certificate holders on chain of custody and a module for FSC promotional licence holders too. This is based on the FSC trademark use guide for promotional licence holders. You simply have to email training@fsc-uk.org to activate your access. Thank you for joining us on this webinar, and I'd like to wish you all a relaxing and safe festive break from the staff at FSC UK.